Hey coolers, and welcome back to another episode of the Cooler Talk with me, Lerato. In today's episode, I'll be going over how to set up the shop for your website. So the first thing we're going to do is check out the existing shop page, and we will do that by clicking on our dashboard, heading over to our pages, and as you can see, you've got a shop page set up. Now I just want to show you guys what you should be able to see when you land on this page and you try to edit it using Elementor. As you can see, you end up on this error page, and we want to be able to edit our shop using Elementor. So we're going to go back to our dashboard by clicking on the W on the top left side. So in order to enable the function of editing our shop page using Elementor, we're going to install a new plugin called Elementor, and this will enable us to edit our shop. Once the installation is complete, you should be able to scroll down on the menu to our left and see that Elementor is active on our website. Next, we want to create a page for our shop. We'll do that by clicking on template, add new, and a pop-up will show up. And for the type of template, we'll go for page, and the name of the template, I'll go with custom shop so that it's easy for me to identify it when I go back to my dashboard. This step should take you straight to this page, which is your new empty shop page. So exciting. We also have a new widget called Elementor widgets that we can now use to build our shop page. To start building our shop page, we can either go with universal product layout, which would look something like this. Or alternatively, we can go with the archive product layout, which would look something like this. So you can pick any one of the two, and we'll start editing whichever one you choose to go with. So I like the universal product layout, so I'm gonna go with that for this page, and from here on out I'm just gonna start tweaking it a little bit so that it looks more like what I've envisaged. The first thing I want to do is increase the space between my header and my shop. I'll do that by clicking on style and increasing the padding, and as you can see, the space between my header and my shop has increased, and I just think it looks better this way. To make sure that my Elementor settings match my WooCommerce settings, and to do that I am gonna click on the 6 tiles on the top left and then navigate to Finder, where I will search for Customizer. And as you can see, I have an error message, and that error message just reminds me that I haven't published my work. And yeah, make sure you publish your work before you leave the page, or else nothing will be saved. Now that I've saved my work, I can go back to the customizer, and here I will click on WooCommerce, and then I need to navigate my way to the product catalog, and there I will check my shop columns, and as you can see, I've got 3 columns for my WooCommerce settings, and that matches my Elementor settings. To exit this, I'm going to click the X on the top left, and this will take us back to Elementor, where we can continue editing our shop. Now let's play with our shop a little bit, tweak a few things, and see what we can come up with. To start editing, just click directly on your shop, and here we can change the layout settings, so you can play around with it, see what you like. You can also check the query settings, and this is just how your products will be filtered under your shop. You can also change your content settings, and under style you can change the headings of your product descriptions. You can also change your image settings, and I'm sure you've noted that I haven't really been changing much. I'm pretty much keeping things the same. but you can go through all the settings and see if there are any tweaks you want to make to your shop. So next we're going to check on style, and under the first heading, which is also style, I want to remove the borders that are currently around my product. I'm going to completely remove them because I think it just looks less distracting. Next, under product catalog, I'm just going to be changing essentially under this whole style heading. I'm going to be changing the colors of my hover color, my background color, everything to basically change, or rather to match the mood of my website. So everything will have pink and nude neutral colors, just so the entire feel of my website is consistent. Now the final touch for my shop page, I'm gonna add a search button. This is really not for now but for future use, because currently I don't have a lot of products, but I guess when I do have enough products, this search button will be very helpful for my customers when they get on the page and they don't have to scroll through everything. They can just search for the product that they're looking for. And just make sure that the settings for your search button also match the entire feel of your website. So you can change the layout, you can also change the style, just as we've done with the rest of our shop up until this point. So that was the last thing that I did with my shop. So now I'm going to click back on the dashboard, and this is where we're going to start activating our custom shop by clicking on WooCommerce and WooCommerce template, and from there we can select to activate the settings from the custom shop that we just designed. And don't forget to save your changes, and then we can go check it out and see what it looks like after all of it. Now that that's done, we can go and check out our shop by clicking on the shop option on the top left menu. And as you can see, this is exactly how we chose to design it. And if you're not happy with it, you can always go back and tweak or change whatever you're not happy with. So the final step of this video, I'm going to show you how to add products from your actual business onto your shop, because as you can see currently we've got like default products. So do that by clicking on product, which is like close to the bottom of the menu on the left, and you'll see all the default products that are listed under your website. And the first thing we want to do is delete all of these so that we can add your products. We've gotten rid of the default products, so now we're going to add our products. Click on add new. You need to give it a product name. I'm using our lip serum for this example, and then anything that's going under my paragraphs or my descriptions, I am copying and pasting from a Word document that I had already completed before. So like I've mentioned before, you really need to plan out everything before you start filling it in. You need to know the product price, you need to know how much of it you have in stock. You also need to know what the website should consider low stock, so when it needs to start warning you about the number of items that you have in hand. You need to tell the website if you charge for shipping, because all of this information is built into your website for when your customers are purchasing from you. This next part is you just make sure that your product falls under the right category. So in this case, it's a cosmetics product, and I just copied and pasted that from Word. And then finally, you can start dropping the images of your products. These don't have to be professional, but I think it does look better if these are professionally done to give your website a clean finish. So there are two types of images that you need to have in hand: the product image and the product gallery images. So I think you'll be able to see when I'm done what each image is and what they look like. So as you can see from here, the big image is your product image, and then your gallery images are your smaller images. So you want your product image to be the best image that you have, because that's the first thing your customers will see. Lastly, we need to make sure that the currency settings are based on your local currency. So we do that by clicking on product settings, and the default is set at US dollars, and we are going to change this to match South African rands because that's where we're from, and that's who my main customer base is based in South Africa. And don't forget to save your changes. Lastly, I never do anything without checking the progress of any of the settings that I've changed. So we're going to go and do that and make sure that all the settings that we have applied have been applied the way we needed them to be. And so far everything is looking great.